Hey folks, this workout is going to be a strength endurance workout. It's a type of workout that's targeted at making our muscles stronger, of course, specifically for rowers. Exercises are going to be helpful for us working our major rowing muscle groups. And when we say strength endurance, we mean that it's targeted toward making our muscles more capable of sustaining our effort. So being able to keep pushing over time. The big difference from some of the other circuits we've done is we're going to stick with one muscle group and really work that muscle group by repeating our exercise 3 sets with rest in between on that one exercise before moving to the next exercise. And on the last set for each exercise, we're really going to try to push ourselves to failure. That is the point where we physically can't do another rep. And it's important that we pick an appropriate weight for that so that we get to our failure point, our point where we can't do anymore, at somewhere around 20 reps. If you do this workout right, you're definitely going to be sore afterwards, especially the first time or two you do this sort of workout. If you do it regularly, a couple of times a week, you're going to get stronger, and you're also going to be a little less sore after doing it. That first time in particular can be kind of tough. If you're doing this as part of a bigger training plan, which most of us are, make sure you do this on a day when your cardio workout is relatively easy. This is not a great one to do on the same day as a hard interval workout, unless you've already got a plan where you've built up to the point where you're capable of doing those in the same day. And even for very elite athletes, it's unusual to do a weight workout on the same day as an interval workout, rowing or running or anything else. So again, we're going to do 3 sets of each exercise. We want to do at least 2 sets of each exercise, and we're going to do 20 repetitions for each exercise. Full minute rest in between sets. 2 minutes is okay. In some ways it's even better. You want to do at least a minute rest between sets so we can really work the endurance of that muscle and be ready for that next set. Again, we're going to pick a weight so that it's difficult to finish 20 in a set, and you're going to see what that means when I demonstrate. Some people will do these workouts with sets of 40 or 50 or even up to 100 repetitions with lighter weights. We don't need to do that. 20 is good. We just have to pick an appropriate weight, one that's not too heavy, not too light. As always, we're going to make sure that our form stays solid, just like in our rowing. The more reps you do, the more that our form tends to come apart sometimes. So we really want to keep thinking about that. So we're going to get right into it. Again, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to go through starting with 1-arm rows. And for that, I'm going to pick, again, a weight that I can do about 20 reps. I'm going to use my backpack trick. I put weights in a backpack. And for me, it's about 25 pounds. First set, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do the left arm, the right arm, and then take the rest. All right, so get yourselves ready. Okay, and again, this is 1-arm rows, bent over. And it's going to be 20 repetitions. Here we go. That's 10. Again, I'm trying to isolate, trying to not move the body around a lot. So using my lats. 15. And that's 20. I'm going to switch sides, do the other arm, and then I'll have my minute rest. Here we go. That's 10. 9, and that's 20. Good. Okay, I'm going to take a full minute rest here between sets, and then again I'll do right arm, then left arm for my second set of one-arm rows. And again, in this one, I'm using a backpack with weights in it. It's a good thing to use at home if you don't have regular weights. I use jars of pennies, water bottles, cans, and again, you might have to experiment a little bit to figure out what's the right weight for you, where 20 repetitions is difficult but not impossible. And you can see I finished that set. I'm definitely feeling the burn a little bit. On my last set, I might add a little bit of weight so that I really get to the point of barely being able to finish, or maybe not even quite finishing those 20 reps. Okay, coming up on 1 minute of rest. And again, that's the minimum, at least a minute between sets on these. So your muscles have a little time to recover. Then we're going to push it again. Here we go. Second set of one-arm rows. Again, 20 repetitions. That's 10. And 20. I'm going to switch sides. And we'll go. And 20. Again, I'll take at least a minute rest before I go for my third set. I'm going to put a little bit more weight in my weight bag for this last set. Again, the goal there is to get to where on that last set I can barely finish 20, maybe not even quite finish 20, and that's why I'm adding some weight. Backpack works well for me. I put a sweatshirt in the bottom of it so they don't bang up the floor, but then I can put in random stuff like water bottles, pennies, cans, whatever it is, to get to an appropriate weight. So I'm adding about 8 pounds here. Brings me up to around 30 or 31 pounds. That's not going to be easy for me for doing 20 reps. Third and final set. Here we go. That's 10. That's 20. I can do a couple more. Okay, that was 23. 20. 22. Okay, I made it to 23 with one arm, 22 with the other. Next time I do this workout, I might be able to handle just a little bit more weight, but that was about the right amount for me, so that in the last set, I came to that failure point right around 20 reps. That's the goal. All right. Again, we've got at least a minute rest before we get to our next set. Next exercise. Again, it'll be 3 sets. And this one's going to be overhead presses. Again, I'm using homemade weights for this. I use my penny bottle. It's about 22 or 23 pounds. See how it goes on the first set or two, and adjust from there. Okay, first set of overhead presses. Straight back, pressing straight up. Ready, and let's go. That's 10. And 20. That was not too bad, not easy, but not super hard. Again, I might go with a little bit more weight next time. Got a little bit more time, a little bit more rest in between sets. Go again in about 10 seconds for our second round of overhead presses. Here we go. That's 10. Just like with the rows, I'm trying to keep my body still. I'm trying to isolate, use my shoulders and my triceps to press up, keep my core nice and strong, nice and tight. 8, 9, and 20. All right, that second set was a little harder for me. Third set, I'm sure will be a little harder again. And again, we'll do 3 sets of this before moving on to the next exercise. Figuring out the right weight for you on these exercises is one of the things that's hardest to figure out. It might take you a couple of times trying out with something a little heavier or a little lighter. But you can see how I'm working that out myself. And you want to do the same thing. Again, the goal is finding a weight that you can just barely do 3 sets of 20, and maybe not even on the last set, maybe not even quite get to 20. If I only get to 15, that's okay. 20, 25, whatever it is that you can go all the way to that failure point where you literally can't do another rep on that last set. Okay, this is my last set of the overhead presses. I'm going to stick with the same weight, and I think I can do more than 20, but we'll see. Here we go. That's 10. That's 20. One more. Okay, that was 28. It's really burning the last 5 or 6 reps. You can see it's getting slower and slower, pushing up. Next time I might do just a little heavier weight, but not much. That was about right for me on that exercise. Okay, again, we got at least a minute rest. And then I'm going to demo split squats. This is a one-legged squat. I'm going to use relatively light weights because I'm putting pretty much all the weight on one leg at a time. It's a good way to work your quads and your glutes, especially the quads, and to work them in a way that doesn't require a bar or a lot of weight equipment. So again, it's going to be one leg split squats. We'll do the left, the right, and then rest. This is a little bit of a balance exercise. I'm going to use my water bottle jugs for this. 20 reps. It's not going to be easy for me, even without any weight. Basically down in a lunge type position where my front leg, all the pressure on that leg, back leg is mostly just for balance. Ready, and let's go. That's 10. Again, it's all on my left leg right now, the one that's out in front. I'm trying to do as little work as possible with that back leg. It's 15. And 20. I'm feeling that in my quad and my glute, especially wrapping around on the side. That's a muscle that for me is not real strong. Switching to the right leg here. Sinking all the way down to the floor with my back leg, that knee just barely touching the floor, not crashing down. Coming down under control and trying to power up. Power up. That's 10. And 20. Good. Again, we'll take at least 1 minute rest and then do the same thing again. One leg split squats, left side, then the right side, and another minute of rest, then do it again. You can pause the video to go ahead and finish your one leg split squats. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. This is going to be one leg deadlifts, and for this one I would recommend starting with relatively light weight. Rather be a little bit conservative, make sure that it is a weight where we can get through 20 reps with good form. Again, we want to do one side, then the other side, then a minute rest. And a second set, again, one side, the other side, a minute rest, and then a third set, one side, the other side, a minute rest. And I'll demonstrate the exercise, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, for one leg deadlifts, again, I've just got jugs here, and starting in an upright position, I'm going to demonstrate on the right side. Got my arms out, right knee is going to bend just slightly, going to hinge forward at the hips, back leg, left leg is up, stand up nice and strong, down under control, stand up nice and strong. This is primarily a glute exercise, and because we're on one leg, it's also a balance exercise. And just like with the previous exercises in this strength endurance workout, we'll do 20 reps on one side, 20 on the other side, minute rest. 20 on one side, 20 on the other side, minute rest. And then a third set, 20 on one side, 20 on the other side, and a minute rest. You can again pause your video to finish your sets of the one leg deadlifts. Okay. Last exercise in this workout, you're going to do just a little bit of abdominal work. You're going to do Russian twists with a little weight. We've done these before in some of our circuits, so it should be very familiar. I'm just using a 1 gallon jug of water for my weight. It's about 8 pounds. Again, you can use something a little bit heavier if that works for you, but just like the other exercises, we want to use something that's going to make it challenging to get through 20 reps in each set. Good twist on these, side to side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, on up to 20. So just like the previous exercises, do a second and a third set, 1 minute rest in between, and that's the workout. Now this format of a workout, where we're doing 3 sets, 20 reps each for strength endurance, many of the exercises that we do in our circuits, you can incorporate and use and make your own circuit for this type of workout. The one leg chair squats we've done, that's a good one. Alternating reverse lunges, adding a little weight. You can do jump squats with a little bit of weight. You can even use weight bands for those of you who have those. Big thick rubber bands like the ones we use at the boathouse. Key thing again is figuring out the right weight for you where you can do about 20 reps, more or less, in each set and go all the way to failure, at least on that last set. If you already know what your 1 rep max is for a particular exercise because you've worked that out in the weight room in the past, that's great, and you can use that to calibrate. You can be shooting for probably between 30 and 50% of your max for strength endurance workout like this. Many of us don't have access to heavy weight equipment either at home, maybe don't have access to a gym currently. And so if you don't have that, it's a little bit of trial and error to figuring out what the right weight is for you on a workout like this. That's okay. If you've never done that kind of weightlifting where you've had good coaching and someone to spot you so that your form is perfect, you probably have never then gone to that point where you figured out a 1 rep max, and that's okay. That again is why we do sort of a trial and error method to find the right weight for a workout like this. That's the workout for today. Thank you.